gentlemen, yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, sports fans! Welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, where we cover all of this week's top sports stories. I'm your host, Eric. Main man right over there, Ron. How are you tonight?
I'm doing okay. I'm kind of excited for Game 7 that I'm going to miss.
What you're going to miss? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm going to miss it.
What's going on tomorrow night? That's more important than a Game 7.
Right? Gotta work.
Ugh. Yeah, Game 7.
It's really cramping my style.
We're going to get into that tonight as well. If you join us live, join the chat. Let us know if you enjoy the topics we're covering. If there's something you want to talk about, we're more than willing to do that as well. But before we get started, Ron, let's thank those that continue to help us grow and have thousands of eyes and ears on us, starting with our good friends in Providence, Rhode Island.
Absolutely, I can. Tonight's show is brought to you by Sprout Co-working. For all your co-working needs, large or small, visit sproutcoworking.com.
Missed the 17-second man is in the house. Manny, thanks for joining tonight. Also want to thank our good friends there in Dallas, Georgia, 99.1 WDJY FM. Appreciate the support and putting us on every Saturday at 1 p.m., as well as our good friends here in Southeast Connecticut, S6E22 Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for putting us on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. We appreciate the support. If you're watching or listening, join us live every Friday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to have you on the show live, so take advantage of that. All right, my friend. I guess we got to talk some sports, right?
I guess that's what we're here for.
What it is, yeah. All right, let's get this party started with.
Unless you want to talk knitting.
I mean, I could probably. No, I can't. I don't think I'd have the patience for knitting. I really don't. Best 2 words in sports, my friend. Game 7, winner take all.
I thought it was we won.
That would be after Game 7. So tomorrow night, the San Antonio Spurs face off against the Oklahoma City Thunder for the right to go to the finals. Ron, your thoughts on what we've seen so far in this series and what Game 7 may look like?
Yeah, it's like I know we did the NBA show yesterday, and that was before I watched what went on last night, and I gotta tell you, after seeing that game, I am now leaning on what you and Kenny were saying about the Spurs being a better team. Now, I still feel that the coaching and the experience could play a part in this, but man, I don't think there was any experience that you could have drawn from when they got crushed last night.
Yeah, I would say this. Some advantages to Oklahoma City being at home. So Game 7s in NBA history, 117-42, 73% winning percentage for the home team. But this season, 2-2. So 4 Game 7s, 2 wins, 2 losses by the home team. So again, you also got to look at this. SGA is not having a good series.
He's
37.9%, 26.1 from 3. He's on minus 4.7 when he's on the court, Ron. They're actually doing better when he's off the court than on the court. And then Wemby, right? He talked the game, and you know what? He walked the walk at the same time. 28 points, 11 and a half rebounds, 3 blocks per game in this series. But I still think Oklahoma City at home. It's a tough,
It's hard to win there.
right? And you talked about this a little bit last night. The experience,
Yeah.
right? So yes, the Spurs, got game 6, but it was in their home court, and it's a little easier when you're sleeping in your bed, you're eating your own food and everything, and the crowd's cheering for you. Can they handle that pressure in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, looking at how the refs called game 6, that could play a big role in it as well because, look, SGA is on the floor a lot, like literally on the floor.
Yeah, we get it. We got it.
He wasn't getting those calls yesterday. And let me tell you, he shouldn't have gotten those calls either. So they were calling it right.
At home, you tend to get those calls.
It could be a little different. So I mean, I did pick OKC to win this series and go to the championships, but I'm not very comfortable.
Listen,
not very comfortable.
Hugo, thanks for joining. I will say this. It will be interesting to see how hungry the Spurs really are, because you're going to have to win there. And if you're going to get by, you think about like the Bulls when they had their dynasty in the run, they had to get by the Pistons, right?
They have their MVP, Cornet.
Yeah. The role players will play a factor here. Listen, Jalen Williams for OKC came back. He's still not 100%. They're going to need him in game 7.
Well, don't they have 2 of them?
Yeah, they do. Chet Holmgren just not putting up the numbers you would expect. Wemby in playing defense is definitely causing him some issues. But then you got to look at on the other side too. Stephon Castle seems to play worse on the road when he likes to just give the ball up.
Yeah.
You can't have those turnovers in a game 7. It's going to be too critical if they're going to win. Hopper played well last night.
You're looking at a lot of things, and I'll tell you, last night's game when Wemby was on the bench, they were a plus.
Yeah, which is important.
I poked a little fun at Cornet, but he is effective when he's out there, and he does have the playoff experience. And that is a great thing to have. And I did notice, when he was about to take the bench, I think it was during a timeout. And I think, the connection between Wemby and Cornet is pretty good. They sit next to each other, and, look, Cornet may not be an all-star, but he is probably guiding Wemby through, his youth going into the playoffs and say, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't take an all-star caliber player to be able to tutor a young star. And in fact, it's probably better this way.
Yeah, I think sometimes when there's not that animosity between the players, right? Luke Cornett knows his role.
He does.
And I think that's going to be important. I will say this too, Ron, how we got here. Game 1, Spurs, double overtime, winner. Yeah. Game 2, OKC wins 122-113. They go to San Antonio, win game 3, 123-108. Game 4, San Antonio, 103-82. Game 5, OKC, 127-114. And then game 6 last night, 118-91. A lot of the Spurs wins are blowouts. So, again, how quickly they can get started is going to be important. I think that's going to matter, too, because you can't sit back and just let it come to you. I will say this, too, Ron. Best thing for the Spurs last night, Wemby sat the whole fourth quarter. They didn't need him. Right? So that extra rest, because you're going to play him 40 minutes this game.
And I'm glad you actually mentioned that, Eric, because watching that game, I felt like OKC just didn't even have the legs.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, you've seen, it was like a hurry up offense for San Antonio, and they were just running and running and running. And, even when they were setting up in the OKC Thunder side of the court, they were moving the ball fast, always moving. And like it was a very quick pace offense for San Antonio. And I just felt OKC couldn't keep up with them.
I will
I'm
say
wondering
this.
if they're tired.
I'm gonna flip the script here a little bit and talk about hockey real quick. If you think about like when the Lightning were going to 3 straight Stanley Cups,
Yeah.
we talked about the amount of games they played, and you're talking now not just the 82 game season, right? 20 plus games in the postseason. They've played about 200 games in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mileage on those bodies. And you're right. They could be getting tired. Maybe it's just, listen, the Spurs are not backing down. It's not like they're sitting back going, we're not going to play physical. We're going to play fast. Can OKC match that intensity from an energy standpoint? I don't know if they can at this point, because you're talking about, even if they get through this now, they got to face the Knicks, who have been playing really well. And here's another opportunity for them to say, here's 4 to 6 to 7 more games that we have to try to get through.
Yeah, it does get grueling, and of course, like the injuries piled up for them this year, and I don't know. You never look. This is why they play, right? I mean,
100%.
Because if you just say, "Oh, well, this is the team that should win," they just win. It's not like you're setting up a bracket to just move the things. You actually have to play the game.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
And when you just don't have the legs, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard to get there.
Yeah, especially with a young team. This team, listen, you're talking about Wemby's been in the league 3 years. He doesn't have the mileage like some of these guys have had. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Game 7 tomorrow night. Ron will miss it, but I'll be watching. So we'll see how that turns out.
Well, I might be able to catch the end of the game. That should be fine.
There you go. Good.
Which is all you need to do.
That's the most important part. Fourth quarter, yeah, in the NBA. That's all that really matters.
So that's good. That's good.
All right, let's talk some NFL, Ron. There's a lot of chatter that this Monday, that could be the day A.J. Brown becomes a New England Patriot. Would the acquisition of A.J. Brown keep the New England Patriots on top of the AFC East?
Well, if they were to have, say, Stephon Diggs, well, yeah. But
Romeo Doubs, A.J. Brown, does that maybe that combination? I wanted to do something to say, is this really a great acquisition? And then I looked at it. A.J. Brown last year, 78 receptions, 1,003 yards, 12.9 yards per reception, 7 touchdowns. Okay, not bad numbers. Stephon Diggs, who led the Patriots, 85 receptions, more than A.J. Brown. 1,013 yards, more than A.J. Brown. 11.9, a yard less per reception, 4 touchdowns, 3 less than A.J. Brown. And then I said, okay, well, maybe it's money, right? Because you think Stephon Diggs Stephon Diggs' contract is less than A.J. Brown's contract. I don't understand what New England was thinking here and not just keeping Diggs then at this point and saying, listen, you've already got chemistry with Drake May. It makes sense. He knows the offense. There's no learning curve. There's no adjustment. Manny thinks Diggs is better than Brown. I may side with that. I'm
going to go a little further than that too, Eric, because when you absolutely needed a first down and you went to Diggs, he made the play.
100%.
He made the play no matter how many guys were around him. I think Stephon Diggs is an underrated receiver in this league. If you look at where he is in his career right now, I think he's very underrated. I think he's much better than, even the numbers he put up last year. You're looking at an offense that likes to spread the ball around to everybody, and including the running backs especially, right? And I just think when it comes time to when you need a catch, he gives you that catch and he gets the first down.
Yeah,
He's very alert on where he is on the field, who's around him. I don't care about the baggage.
Yeah.
I don't care
And
if he's a diva, and the baggage isn't that bad.
Ron, but the baggage is off the field. AJ Brown's baggage is on the field. When he's not getting targets, or he's not making catches, or he's not part of the game plan, all of a sudden AJ Brown starts to get a little bit, disgruntled. It happened in Philadelphia, and I don't know.
Gruntled?
Huh? Would he be gruntled?
Can you be gruntled?
I don't know. Can you be gruntled? I don't know. The kid won the spelling bee. We could ask him.
No, look, I don't. Is he better than AJ Brown? I don't know. I
think it's pretty close.
They're not the same.
But it's not a holy cow. It completely. I mean, they are different in the aspect of AJ Brown's more the straight line, deep threat, right? And Diggs.
Now, if they wanted to impress
keep both of them.
Keep Diggs and get AJ Brown, and
now
then
you put Dobbs, right?
You would be on top.
Hunter Henry, those four. Now you Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, 100%. Obviously, they got to improve the offensive line if they want to stay on top. I will say this though, strength of schedule, and everybody's talking about how their schedule last year was so easy. Yes, they have the 6th hardest strength of schedule going into this season at a 531 percentage. But the Bills are 528. And they're 8th. So they're only, a couple percentage points less than New England. The Jets are the best one at 51.7. The Dolphins have the second worst. So I don't know if that scheduling is really going to matter. You think about this. They should have 4 wins against the Jets and the Dolphins. I would say that. If they can split with Buffalo, now you're looking at 5 wins right off the bat just in your division.
Right.
So I think people are
just going to start taking care of some of the things that you should.
Ronnie's the best.
To win.
Thank you, Danny, for joining. I'm glad you love Ron. But yeah, I think the issue is going to become is I think you mess up chemistry. I think you got a young quarterback who really started to come into his own with Diggs, and now you plucked him after 1 year. This isn't Tom Brady. Tom Brady was in the league for so many years that as you kept changing these guys, it really didn't make a difference. From Troy Brown to Wes Welker to Julian Edelman, like he could make anybody work. We haven't seen enough of Drake May yet to see if he's going to be able to adjust to different guys every year.
Exactly. Look, I don't like how they're changing their personnel constantly. And again, like you mentioned Tom Brady, if you drop a ball, Tom's not going back to you. You might as well just get cut.
We saw that many times.
So I in this case, it's like you take his best weapon and the person that he relied on, and now you're eliminating that from the game. I'm not sure that was the smartest thing to do, personnel-wise. Look, I would have much rather have them re-sign Diggs and say, you know what, we're not going to sign anybody else. I'd be okay with that because I know that Diggs is going to be there to dig them out of a hole.
And here you go, buddy. But I will say this too: 2 different styles wide receivers. You said it.
Of course.
So we don't even know if they're going to have the ability to throw deep because, again, the offensive line has to be able to protect Drake May first.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's, Booty is probably gone as well. So and that was probably his best number 2 wide receiver. So I don't know what they're doing here in New England, but
yeah, it's certainly puzzling that they keep moving receivers when they're trying to establish to get a number 1 receiver. And as soon as they get one, they just move them.
Every time. And I would say this, you would think Vrabel would like booty. All right, Ron. You ready for your crazy stat?
But Booty's not a reporter.
Bring up Sputnik.
Crazy stats.
Crazy stat time, Ron. In 1940, the Chicago Bears scored the most points in an NFL game. 73 points.
Damn.
They defeated the Washington Redskins in the NFL championship 73-0.
Oh, that's bad.
Is that not even like, at least if it was like you go 73-7, you're like, oh, yeah. 73-0, the most points, playoffs or regular season. So unreal.
It is unreal. That's just wow. That is just terrible in a championship game.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Talking about just laying down for a team. I mean, to not score is one thing, but I mean,
you give up the most points.
Like directing traffic. Okay, go run right over there. Yep, that's it. Oh, perfect. Just keep going. Keep going.
Oh boy! All right, Ron. It is starting 5 time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tonight's starting 5. Philadelphia Eagles quarterbacks of all time. We figured A.J. Brown possibly leaving. We let's talk about our friends there in Philadelphia for a little bit and give them some love. So we're going to give you our starting 5 Philadelphia Eagles quarterbacks of all time. Ron, you are first tonight. Eric is very rude. I am very rude. I don't hate anybody. Hate's a very strong word, Danny. I may dislike people. I don't hate people. But with that, Ron, you are first tonight, so I'm sure you have at least 17 honorable mentions because they had some quality quarterbacks there in Philadelphia.
I have 2.
Wait, me too.
I have Carson Wentz and Michael Vick as my honorable mentions.
All right. I had Carson Wentz, 5th all-time in wins with 35. Believe it or not, that's the 5th best wins in Philadelphia history as a quarterback. And I had Norm Van Brocklin, 3 Pro Bowls and an All-Pro as the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. So I gave him a nod.
That means you have Michael Vick on your list.
I do not have Michael Vick on my list.
Because he does not deserve to be on the list.
Yes, he is not on my list.
Vick
has to be the best one.
Definitely not the best one, Manny.
Vick was 20-20 in his career as an Eagle.
Yeah, he was
not good.
Yeah, not
good. So, Ron, who do you have at number 5?
Number 5, I have Norm Van Brocklin. Actually, 19-16 with a 1 tie, 54.3 completion percentage, and 7,497 yards. He was 55 touchdowns and 51 interceptions. Not really where I like to see that. But the man did get to 3 Pro Bowls. And he also was an All-Pro one year. And he did win an NFL championship.
Mm-hmm.
He was there before the Super Bowl era.
Yeah.
And he did win an MVP in 1960.
Yeah, no.
So I put him at number 5.
All right. I do want to address do not use that word, Danny. Okay. I appreciate that. And then
Danny, he doesn't hate you.
And I will say this, Manny, I think Wentz, could have been, honestly, if he probably
it's not Wentz, it's Wentz.
Wentz. Because that's 17 seconds. But I think if he didn't get hurt, yes, he probably could have been much better for Philadelphia. But
yeah, right. I thought he did okay. His record wasn't there, but the team wasn't for him.
Yeah. So this one stung at number 5 for me, but I had to put him in. I mean, Nick Foles, 21-11 as the Eagles quarterback. His numbers aren't wowing, but he did win.
I know who you have up there.
One Pro Bowl as the Eagles quarterback. He won the championship and an MVP. So Nick Foles in 4-2 all time in the playoffs with the Eagles. So I went Nick Foles at number 5.
I actually put Nick Foles at number 4. I left off Ron Jaworski.
Yeah,
and I know you have Jaws up there.
I do have Jaws on there.
But I have Nick Foles up there. I did not like Jaworski's record, 69-67. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Not that, Nick Foles is, Mr. Win.
Yeah, he didn't put up.
But
8,000.
21-11.
Yep, good record.
58 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. That's not too bad. A Super Bowl, a Pro Bowl, and a Super Bowl MVP. I had to give him the nod to get to number 4. I had to.
If I still listen to that Philly special, man, drives me crazy. Yeah, number 4 for me, I did have Ron Jaworski, 69, 67, and 1. But second all-time in passing yards, second all-time in touchdowns. He did have a Pro Bowl, won an MVP, 3-4 in the playoffs. So his playoff record not great. But I went Ron Jaworski at number 4, Ron.
Yeah, I figured you had him up there.
I just can't discredit the yards. 26,963 yards passing. Second all-time. Yeah, it's number 3. It's to you.
Number 3 for me. Yeah. I'm sorry. Number 3 is probably your number 3. I hope it's your number 3 because he shouldn't be higher than number 3. Randall Cunningham, a fantastic quarterback. 63-43 record with 1 tie. 55.7 completion percentage, 22,800 plus yards, 150 touchdowns, and 105 interceptions, 3 Pro Bowls. It was close between the 3 quarterbacks I have up there. He's just a little lacking with some numbers, especially that Super Bowl.
All right. At number 3 for me, I had Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
57-25.
No way.
4th all-time in passing yards, 3 Pro Bowls, a championship, the Super Bowl MVP, 6-4 is his playoff record. So again, I think he will definitely be higher on this list in a couple of years if he's still with Philadelphia. But
yes, I couldn't do that to him because when you look at his touchdown to interception rate, it's better than the other 2 quarterbacks. And also his completion percentage is better than the other 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, Hugo found your new emotes.
And I like the win percentage as well. So, and he got them a Super Bowl. The other 2 didn't. Yeah. I couldn't do that to him.
I got you. Okay. All right. So number 2 for you is Jalen Hurts.
I'm not saying. And see, this is the thing. Like, Manny is saying Hurts is overrated. I think he is. But he should be higher on the totem pole than what people are giving him credit for Philadelphia. Now, that is for Philadelphia, not for the rest of, the current league.
Yeah. All right. What do you got at number 2? Jalen Hurts.
Number 2, I have Donovan McNabb at number 2, and
wow,
the big miss is the Super Bowl, right? He doesn't have one. He doesn't have a win.
So Manny's comment, he didn't get them a Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley got Hurts the Super Bowl. I would disagree with this fact that the Super Bowl he lost against Patrick Mahomes. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
He did outplay Patrick Mahomes.
So realistically, if they had won that, he would have been a 2-time Super Bowl MVP because he had a phenomenal game.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I can't put Jalen Hurts behind Cunningham and McNabb, Eric, because just when you look at the performance that he's done in the postseason, and yes, this past NFL season, it was not good, but that team was a train wreck, and we saw it coming. We even saw it 2 years ago when they did win the Super Bowl, and they overcame all that.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't overcome it this past year because there was just too much going on in that locker room. And, there's only so much you can do. And I think the coach is overrated, not the player.
Yeah.
The player's good.
Yeah. Danny, you're more than welcome to join the show anytime you want, my friend. You keep chatting away. We love having you on the show. All right. For me at number 2, I had Randall Cunningham, 63, 43, and 1. Third all-time in yards, third all-time in touchdowns, 3 Pro Bowls, an MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, 1 and 4 in the playoffs. But I will say this, Ron, I thought about this too. The era he played in, the Chicago Bears in the 80s, the New York Giants defense in the 80s, the early 90s, like those were some of the best defensive teams of all time.
Right.
And then even with Washington, you throw them in there. So I just don't think he had enough around him.
No, he didn't.
And you think about what we see today with running quarterbacks, he was probably one of the originals. Like he was a guy that his legs were just as deadly as his arm. So I went Randall Cunningham.
I love the 3 quarterbacks personally. I think those are some excellent players. And, and it's too bad that like McNabb didn't win a Super Bowl, because he deserved to get one because he was good. And he was a likable player.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I looked at the numbers, it just didn't add up for me.
Okay. You have Hurts at number 1.
I have Hurts at number 1, higher completion percentage. I like the win rate so far, 57 wins and 25 losses. A lot of those, I don't even blame him because they're getting out coached, but he's not perfect by no means.
Okay.
But I just though that touchdown interception rate 2.44, Donovan McNabb is 2.16. That is a big gap. That's a big gap, and I can't deny the fact that he's 5 points higher on his completion rate too. So, and he has the Super Bowl.
I will say this too, Donovan. I went number 1, Donovan McNabb. I went McNabb number 1 all time in wins.
Yeah.
Number 1 in passing yards. Number 1 in touchdowns. 6 Pro Bowls. 9 and 7 in the playoffs. He had a winning record with this team.
Oh, he did.
So again, he got what 3 straight
Super Bowl,
3 straight NFC Championship games.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the Patriots. So that's how we look at it.
I can't say any more than what I've already said.
Listen, my wife's Latin. I have no issues with anybody of culture. So again, Danny, you want to put stuff out there, that's fine, but you're questioning my character, and I don't appreciate that. So unfortunately, I mean, if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. I don't think I've ever said anything about him. So, all right, Ron, let's talk some NBA. Boston Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla won Coach of the Year for 2026. Do you think he deserved it?
Oh, it's last. That's why I was looking for it. I forget I had to redo it. Yes, I do, and I know. Whoops, the hell. And I know, the coaching effort against the Sixers in the playoffs was not good. But he did deserve to get the Coach of the Year. A couple of other coaches definitely deserved it as well. But I can see how they would give it to him. He did a great job for the Celtics this year, except for the postseason. He definitely got out coached. And he outcoached himself, to be honest with you.
I don't know. 56-26. I think the first round exit definitely stings a little bit to me, and I get it. It's a regular season award. But I will say this, Ron. I expected the Celtics to still make the playoffs even without Jason Tatum.
Yes, I did
right?
too.
And I think what ended up happening was they felt bad. They didn't give it to him in 2024 when they won the whole thing. And he had a better record. Obviously got the team to the championship and won it.
Yeah.
So this is like a gimme. So then I looked at it. Charles Lee, who coached the Hornets to the postseason. I would, if you asked me if the Hornets were going to make the postseason at the beginning of the year, I'd say absolutely not. That team's been a train wreck for years.
Right.
Jordan Ott of the Phoenix Suns. There's another team that's in disarray. They only have one solid player, and that's Devin Booker. They made the postseason.
In the West.
In the West. Like, to me, those were more deserving.
And that's what I say. Eric, there are a couple of coaches that really deserve to get this, and I think he's one of them that did deserve to get it, and if he didn't get it and say it went to, Charlotte, I could live with that too. And, and frankly, why not Detroit?
That's JB Bickerstaff had the best record in the league. You can't tell me that you thought the Detroit Pistons were the best team in the league.
Well,
at the beginning of the year, you would have put them as the number one seed in the East. I would say they would have been contenders to be a top team, but not the best
they were
team.
Contenders to go to the championship,
but the best team in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I would pick OKC and San Antonio ahead of them, but
and then even what Mitch Johnson did with the Spurs, I don't know.
So there are teams that have a case for it, and I think he's one of them. I mean, you just dumped two players that were part of your team, and then you lost also Tatum. So what he did was amazing. I expected them to make the playoffs, but I didn't expect them to be second. I expected them to maybe make 6th or 5th at best.
I do think they got to count going forward postseason. Like, I think that is.
I mean, that's another thing. That's a whole other issue.
Why would you just a regular season award and then you lose to a team that was clearly not as good as you? And how does that not factor into you being the coach of the year? Like, I wouldn't understand that at all.
That's a whole different story. I wish they would wait till after the season's all over. I think some other leagues do that.
Yeah. So
why not wait?
So I will say this too. Every single year since 2000, the coach of the year's team has improved percentage-wise and wins-wise. Joe Mazzulla had a worse record this year than last year. And I get it, Tatum and blah, 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 right? Yeah. You know the last time somebody won it where their team had a worse record? 1999, 2000 season. You know who the coach was? Doc Rivers with Orlando, who went 41-41.
Wait, he won
with Orlando. And this is my point, is that team was not expected to be anything. And with a 500 record, he got coach of the year. Even though the team performed worse. Joe Mazzulla I don't think he did, other than to your point, I had him 5-6 seed, maybe, Boston.
Yeah.
He got him to 2. Okay, great. He didn't do anything where, to me, Charlotte, I still wouldn't have put Detroit as the best team in the East. I wouldn't have said the Suns would have made the postseason. So that's what I'm saying. I just feel like this is a makeup for 2024. And I think that's what the NBA did, because he should have won it that year when he had almost 70 wins.
I mean, I'm not. When it comes to all these kind of awards, this is why I want to do our award show, because we get it right all the time.
Always. Sure. All the time.
And I'm sorry, but like most of these leagues, they're just catering to somebody. I don't like it. I don't like when they make a mockery out of the awards, and I hate when they announce them, before the championships and stuff like that. It's coming. You know it's coming the day before the finals start.
It's like it's almost we had to do an MVP of the league so we could talk about SGA. Oh, he's the MVP of the league in game 7. Like it's just to hype it up more.
Yeah.
Can Wemby, who got snubbed from the MVP, now beat the MVP, right? Like it's just, and to me, it's to your point. Wait till the season's over. Make the awards based on the whole season,
based on everything. That's what I would like,
right?
And I get, MVP. The MVP of the season, and then there's like in the NHL they have the Conn Smythe, for playoff MVP, and I get that. Conn Smythe is always more important than the season, in my book.
Yeah, listen, that's what matters the most, right? How you finish. I don't care if you have the best record in the league. If you're not in the championship, it doesn't matter. All right, Ron, crazy stat time. There have been 3 coaches, Ron, that have won Coach of the Year 3 times. That's the most by any coach. Would you like to take a guess who those coaches are?
All right. Coach of the Year 3 times.
3 times.
I'm going to say Phil Jackson.
Believe it or not, Phil Jackson only won 1.
Oh, good. Because he doesn't, I don't. Yeah. I won't say it.
Either, but go ahead.
I won't say it.
So it wasn't Phil Jackson.
Bill Russell would be a guess.
No. All right.
3
times. One guy won it all with the same team. The other 2 played up.
It's got to be the dude down in Miami.
Pat Riley was one of them.
Yeah.
He won it with the Lakers, the Knicks, and the Heat.
Yeah.
Don Nelson won it with the Bucks and the Warriors. He won it twice with the Bucks, once with the Warriors. And Greg Popovich won it all 3 times with the Spurs.
I forgot Pop. We talked about him yesterday, too.
Yeah. So Greg Popovich, the only coach to win 3 coaches of the year, all with the same team. The fact that Riley did it with 3 different teams is pretty impressive, too, though.
I think that's more impressive.
Yeah, it is. It is. So
to do it with the same team,
yeah, because you get the same, right? Nothing changes, but I'm still phenomenal. So Joe Mazzulla on his way.
I mean, in all fairness,
this is what happens.
Popovich did it, but look how lucky he is.
Oh yeah, Duncan.
Yes, David Robinson, he wins it. Yeah. He gets Tim Duncan, he wins it.
Yeah, Robinson gets hurt for the year. They had a horrible season. They get Tim Duncan. I will say this, though, Ron. I'm going to call it now. You ready? Joe Mazzulla wins it again next year because Jaylen Brown will go down for most of the year, and then Tatum's going to carry them to the 2nd seed, and Joe Mazzulla gets another one. Okay. Don't even put him up anymore. Let's talk some Major League Baseball because you talked about Phil. I didn't, but it's a personal thing with him. It's fine. All right.
I'm the one that was talking junk about Phil
Jackson. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. He doesn't even pay attention to what's happening. Major League Baseball time, Ron. Let's talk some Major League Baseball. Right.
So did I find it?
All right.
They're all out of order because I had to change it.
No, you're out of order. All right. Major League owners have proposed a salary cap and a floor. Do you really think it's going to happen, Ron? So the last time they attempted to do this was 1994. It resulted in a strike. It canceled the World Series. It was the first time in 90 years that the World Series hadn't been played. The Players Association has already vowed to not accept a cap. What does this mean for the 2027 and beyond for Major League Baseball?
I mean, I guess we're not going to have the
more Major League Baseball segment.
We'll be able to talk more about football and hockey and basketball.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be able to put the WNBA in the rotation.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I love the proposal. And I'm going to tell you why I love the proposal. So the cap
wasn't indecent?
No, it wasn't. $245.3 million would be the ceiling. but the floor would be 171.2 million. So what that means is, based on those numbers, Ron, 8 teams right now would have to cut payroll. That would be the Dodgers, who are at 415.2 million. Obviously, they got massive cuts they would have to go through. The Mets at 379, the Yankees at 339, the Blue Jays at 319, Phillies at 315, the Red Sox at 263.
How are they spending them?
Right, believe it or not.
What are they spending their money on?
I don't know. The Padres at 260 and the Braves at 247. The Braves $2 million off, so they're not that bad. Those 8 teams would have to cut payroll. But now that you got to get to a floor, there are 12 teams that would have to increase payroll. The Miami Marlins only are paying $81 million right now. They would have to almost jump $100 million up. Baseball will finally be competitive across the board to me in this. The Guardians, $95 million. Rays, $108. White Sox, $108.
Wow,
Cardinals,
I'll tell you, that
$114.
says a lot about Guardians and the Rays.
That they're still winning.
How great their organization is.
But if you've got to make that floor now, you're going to have to get players. So those teams, we talk about the Rays all the time, Ron, and how they can always get to the postseason but can't seem to get past the hurdle. Imagine if they had some all-star players. Imagine if they had some guys they have to pay a top rotation guy in the. Now they might make the World Series. This is best thing for the fans. If Major League Baseball can get this pushed through, this is the best thing for the fans. Because now these teams that stink every year would honestly start to be a more productive team.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, and because the players aren't going to allow that, because then there would be salaries declining because of it. You can't just, blow
or now do these other teams have to pick
out
those
of the
guys
water.
up? Yeah, but some of these guys would have to get picked up. So maybe if Freddie Freeman goes to the Marlins because they're going to have to pay somebody, right? Like now the Dodgers have to make legitimate decisions. Who we keeping, Ohtani and who? Mookie Betts. Okay, some of those other guys go. The Yankees, you got Aaron Judge. You probably keep Fried, but you don't get to keep Cole. Like that's just how this would work.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to happen. I just don't think. I just don't think the players are going to want that because, I mean, it's just not. They're not going to accept it.
The players won't. I think the best thing for the fans in Major League Baseball would be this.
Well, so I'm not saying it wouldn't be better for baseball to be there, but here's another thing that I would be weary of. Does Major League Baseball want to do this so that way they can pocket more money?
I think you've got to be able to keep, like the Pittsburgh Pirates with Skeens, and right, they're going to lose Skeens because they can't afford to pay.
Yeah.
Him, right. And now it keeps now it keeps those teams in the market for those players as well. And I think that's what baseball ultimately needs, because these guys are bouncing around and they're either going to LA, New York, San Diego, because those teams are willing to pay the money.
Yeah, and it is right. I mean, fundamentally, it is right. It's the right thing to do. And then it also, in theory, should protect the money that it is costing for tickets. In theory. But again, I just worry about the fact that if they do that and have that limit, and then those salaries of those teams have to come down, they're just going to pocket more money and they're going to still raise the prices. And I truly believe that the prices will always increase, even if the salary doesn't.
Yeah, well, it costs a beer and hot dogs with that. Well, that's for sure.
And frankly, speaking of hot dogs,
hey,
frankly, it's going to be a resounding no for the Players Association. I
So,
don't think.
let me ask you. I guess,
and they don't care what the fans think, and that's the sad part.
We're gonna move on anyway. But I would ask you this question, Ron: who blinks first?
Owners.
You know what I mean? Like, do they finally put a stand to and say enough's enough?
I think they blink first. The players will just go out and form their own league.
It's not that easy, but I guess
it's not. But okay, so if you want the Players Baseball League, and because they have all the players playing in that, or you go to MLB, who's not having games because they don't have any players. I mean, it could be done. It could be done.
It could.
They did it in golf, right?
Yeah. All right, you ready? Crazy stat time. The year, Ron, 1972.
Great year.
Great year. Steve Carlton.
Yes, great
won
pitcher.
27 games that year. And you're like, wow, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Not close to the record. I looked at that record today.
The Philadelphia Phillies won 59 games that season.
Yes.
He won 27 of them.
Yes.
He was 27-10 with a 1.97 ERA that year. Won the Cy Young.
He was great.
He won 45% of their games. 45%. Yeah. One guy.
Yeah, the record I think for wins I think is 59. One pitcher had 59 wins.
Yeah, isn't that insane though that you could win 45% of your team's games? Because that's how
craziness.
That's how bad the Phillies were that year.
Well, that's how bad I feel like some of the teams are in baseball now.
Yeah, well, guess what? If you get the floor, they gotta move up.
Well, Paul Skeens probably wins about that percentage of his team.
Yeah,
games, right?
No, dude, he lost the other day, 1-0. Score one run for the guy. Come on, score a run.
I mean,
all right.
See, they need to get Alex Cora in there so that way they can change some of those scores.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh, bang a drum. All right, Ron. Before we get into our split decisions, can we thank our good friends there in Providence, Rhode Island, with their almost new, semi-new?
I sure can. Tonight's show is brought to you by the once new 990 WBOB radio page, offering links to your favorite Providence shows, including this one, Sports Unfolded, and the Bryant Bulldog Sports Hour.
Would also like to thank our good friends there in Dallas, Georgia, 99.1 WDJY FM. We appreciate the support there, as well as our good friends in Southeast Connecticut, S6E22 Public Access Channel 12. Thank you for your support. And all the fans that are joining us live tonight, we appreciate you, Danny and Manny, for being here with us as well. All right, Ron.
And Hugo, too, right? Wasn't he?
Hugo was on, yes, and Hugo was on as well.
Didn't he use like one of the new...
He said he did, the new emotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, new emotes. All right, with that, Ron, it's split decision time. Our split decision segment, basically we ask each other two more likely questions and we got to make a decision. You are first tonight, Ron. Your first split decision.
All right, let's see. I have that one and that one. We'll do this one first. Who is more likely to finish their career with more MVPs?
Okay.
SGA, Joker, or Giannis?
I don't think Giannis gets another one. I think he's on the tail end of his career and he just can't stay healthy. Unless he comes to Boston. But so I'm going to say Giannis is out for me. I think if you ask me, the Joker is obviously much more of a value, an MVP, because he's a triple-double the entire season. So I think he deserves more. I think sometimes, though, they don't want to give the same guy more. Danny thinks SGA. I think SGA would probably get more based on his position and what he's able to do. But I think the Joker deserves it more, if that makes sense. But I think he's just getting snubbed because they just expect him to be a triple-double every year. So it's like, he's doing the same thing every year. But
It's
yes,
kind of sad, huh?
yeah, because I think he should have won it again. I really do. I think he's by far one of the best players in the league. And you take him, you pluck him off of Denver, that team's winning 30 games. That's about it, if you're lucky.
If it wins 30 games.
So to me, he's most valuable player.
You take 29 points,
yeah,
15 rebounds, and 12 assists away
every game. Yeah, okay. They're surely somebody's making all those numbers up. Yeah, I highly doubt it. All right, Ron, your first split decision. Which WNBA player is more likely to finish as the leading scorer this season? Kelsey Plum, who currently is averaging 26.8 for the Sparks. Aja Wilson, who's currently averaging 24.3. Or Caitlin Clark, who's currently averaging 22.5. Who's more likely to finish as the number one scorer in the WNBA
Aja
this
Wilson.
season?
It's not.
Plum is having an amazing season.
But that's just going to start fading as the season goes along. Aja Wilson has just always done it. She's always going to do it as long as she's in this league.
All right, she's got some ground to make up.
She's great.
All right. I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you. I think Aja's – I like what Plum's doing this year. So keep an eye on her. Keep an eye on her.
It is. Nice.
All right. Your second split decision.
Who will more likely get the most money as a free agent this off season?
Danny thought Caitlin Clark. So
Sergei Bobrovsky or Frederick Anderson, both free agents at the end of the season.
Ooh,
who's going to get more money?
That's a tough one. So I will say this. It's going to depend on Frederick Anderson getting to the Stanley Cup and possibly winning it.
Well, he's going to get there.
Well, that I'm just saying. So I think Bobrovsky's, I feel like on the back end, like people forget how good he was for those 2 years.
The Bob is 37 years old, and Frederick Anderson is 36.
Yeah, they're both. But who's going to get more money? I would go with a 36 or 37-year-old, and I would go with somebody that's more likely or has won more recently, and that would be Anderson because he's going to the Stanley Cup. And people forget Bobrovsky 2 years ago. It was like 2 years ago. Right? It feels like forever ago now. It's
going to be interesting. That's a couple of goaltenders that some team is going to.
But I would say
dearly for.
Yeah, but I will say this too. I wouldn't build my team around either one of them. If that was my options, and I'm like, okay, this is my missing piece. I don't trust either one of them. I don't think they're the elite of the elite. You know what I mean? Like they've done
but if
it.
you're like an Edmonton Oilers team, and that has been your Achilles heel, I shell out for one of those two guys.
But then you have to give something else up, which
but then you have to give something else up.
Yeah, so I don't know. All right, Ron, that was a good one. All right. Your second split decision. Which quarterback is more likely to have 30 or more touchdowns again this season? Jared Goff, who had 34, Drake May, who had 31, or Dak Prescott, who had 30? Who's more likely to match or be greater this season?
All right. Can we go back to that comparison with Diggs and Brown? How many touchdowns did Diggs have?
4.
How many did Brown have?
7.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. So who's gonna
Either
Goff, Drake, May,
Drake,
or
I hate that name.
or
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott?
All had 30 touchdowns, at least. 30.
I'm gonna go Dak Prescott. I gotta go Dak
Danny agreed
because
with you.
I don't think the offense is their problem.
Yeah.
I don't think offense is their problem.
Yeah, no, I could see that. And I think Drake, listen, we're gonna see a bunch of different wide receivers. So how that gels.
Actually, Eric, if I may add to this, only if I may.
Okay, you may.
All right. I think all of them will get 30 touchdown passes.
Okay.
But I think more likely it's going to be Dak.
Okay.
Because those receivers, man, poof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to question that.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Of the three, he has the best two.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right, Ron. It is NHL time. Let's talk some NHL. Dak
well, I don't know about that. He's definitely not the GOAT. Goats actually have to win.
You know what else the goats actually do? They poop. He's gonna do that for sure.
Well, that they definitely do. You know, because the playoff time they crap themselves.
I can't, man. I just don't. I don't get it. What are you guys watching? I like Dak. I think he's a good quarterback. Let's not the GOAT. He's got 0 rings, and then he couldn't even keep his engagement ring. So I mean, he lost that ring.
Hey, look at it this way: between him and Brady, they have a bunch of them.
7 rings total between the two of them.
Yep.
All right, Ron. Let's talk some NHL. The Vegas Golden Knights dominated the Western Conference Finals. They swept the Avalanche. Very unexpected. Do you think the Stanley Cup is theirs for the taking? Like, is this an automatic?
I don't know if it's automatic. There's going to be a team that's going to go up against them that is pretty good themselves, you know. But oh man, the talent on that team.
Right, 3 of the top 10 playoff scorers.
We were talking about the Colorado Avalanche all year, how dominating they were all year. The only thing they didn't do was break the record, like from the Bruins.
Yeah,
that's about the only thing they didn't do. And they were completely embarrassed by the Vegas Golden Knights. And I'll tell you, that team has a lot going for it. Like, I did not think that they would be that good in the series. And I didn't even think they were going to even come close to winning the series, but they just took it to Colorado. And I don't think, no matter who comes out of the East, I don't think they don't have the offense like Eichel and Marner. I mean, they just don't have that. Neither team.
Manny did the emote of you. All right.
There we go.
There we go. All right, bro. Let's see.
Ron is a star.
Danny, I don't know where you stand yet, but we are going to do predictions probably in the next 20 minutes. So if you stay tuned, you can find out where you're at. Listen, 3 of the top 10 scorers in the postseason all reside in Vegas. Mitch Marner, Jack Eichel, and Pavel Did I say that right? Probably not. Fave? I don't know. But the top 10.
I don't know who you're trying to talk about.
Pavel Fave.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then you look at Carter Hart. We say goaltenders make a difference. 2.2 goals against, a 9.24 save percentage.
I don't know how he's doing this.
Right? Like, it's just unreal.
He was a stiff in Philly.
Of the teams that are remaining, too, number 1 in power play, 23.9%. Number 1 in PK, kills, penalty kills at 87.5. They're doing it everywhere. It's not even like you go one area, it's like, oh, they're just outscoring people. They're shutting people out.
They're doing it all.
Right? I love you too, Danny. I promise I will not be mean to you. All right. But I will say this, Ron. I don't like the way Carolina's playing. It kind of like, I feel like they're kind of just going through motions.
They are.
And I feel like Vegas is just like all business. Like there is just business. Like they are going in there to win. And we haven't seen this a lot with especially with the Knights. Like they're a very good team. They've been to 3 Stanley Cups in 9 years. This franchise has only been around 9 years.
I know.
Isn't that insane to think about?
And when you look at the preparation of the two teams, I mean, look what Vegas has had to face. I mean,
much better teams, right? Like you sit back and go,
Ducks,
yeah,
the Avs, and here we are, and not to make light of it, but they have Montreal, and they have some good talent. They're an up and coming team.
Who else?
They got a couple
Flyers,
of good players.
Did they face the Flyers? No, the Flyers. No, Canadians beat the Flyers. But yeah,
Carolina beat Flyers.
Flyers,
four
right?
zip,
yeah. Okay.
And they beat Ottawa 4-0.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, you look at
two
the talent.
teams that barely made the playoffs.
Yeah. And then Vegas beats the President's Trophy winner.
Yeah.
I just think the night it's there for the taking. Like I don't even think it's. If they lose, Ron, I think it's a major upset just based on how they've played.
I agree with that. I don't think they're going to lose. And in fact, it could be a sweep.
You know what else? We criticized that John Tortorella. I remember when they made that move. We're like, at this point, it's horrible. Why would you change the coach? He's got them playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
I have to say that.
Believing that they can do it. And when I was watching, I watched a few of those games, and they took the persona of the Florida Panthers. They just bullied Colorado.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then used all their scoring ability against them. And it was just, they just shoved it right down their throats.
Yeah. And then you thought, oh, Cale Makar's coming back, right? He was back on the ice. You're like, okay, didn't matter. It didn't matter. So I like this night's team. I got to go to Vegas and see them play at home. I love their arena, what they do. Like, this is an exciting franchise.
It is.
I think they've built some quality here where it's sustainable for years. Like, this is a franchise that if you've gone to 3 Stanley Cups in 9 years, that's pretty damn good. Yeah. So they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing over there. All right, Ron, crazy stat time.
All right.
I will say this, Ron. Vegas playing pretty damn well. But the New York Islanders set the record for most playoff series won with 19 straight playoff wins.
Yeah.
From 1980 to 1983, winning 4 cups.
Yeah.
That is insane to think of 19 straight playoff series wins. That is incredible. Holy cow. That is never getting beat.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
19 straight? You think somebody wins 4 cups in a row? What team wins 4 cups in a row?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that ever happens again.
That is not happening.
But a team has to be really good for a long time. And I look at Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning, what they accomplished to win 2. It is just too hard to win 4.
4 in a row. Crazy.
And let me tell you, that team was awesome. Like Mike Bossy, Brian Trottier, I mean, Dennis Potvin, Billy Smith. Like, they were great players on that team. Great players. Mike Bossy, still one of the best players to ever grace the planet. Retired too early.
All right, Ron, it is pick and roll time.
It's time for Pick and Roll.
Tonight's pick and roll. Active NBA players that are wearing number 22 currently. These are some barn burners. This may be one of the worst lists we've ever done. All right, and those players are Andrew Wiggins, Cason Wallace, Anthony Simons, Larry Nance Jr., Derek Queen, and Franz Wagner. We are going to rank them.
No, come on. Franz Wagner.
Pump you up. All right, Franz Wagner.
No, Wagner. It's
Wagner, whatever. All right, let's rank them from 6 to 1. Ron, you are first tonight.
Can I add a little something?
You can add whatever.
Here is Derek Queen.
Derek Queen.
Right?
Yep.
He's a little girthy.
Is
there something about New Orleans that likes girthy players that may or may not have weight problems?
If Manny's on, 17 seconds would probably go a little long if you had some girth. So, I mean, it might be. Yeah, Emmitt Smith was 22 as well. Yes, one of the best 22s of all time.
Danny, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. But all right, Ron, you are first with your girthy players.
Oddly enough, he's not going to be last. Number 6, I have Larry Nance Jr.
Hey.
He's played 581 NBA games. How the hell did he make it 581 games?
Some guy's got a niche.
7.5 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. He has no accolades.
Well, you got to bring that comment up. I'll read that one out. 17 seconds is a long time. Look what Mahomes can do in 17 seconds against the Buffalo Bills in the championship. He's right. 17 seconds was a lifetime.
Manny is right there.
You are so right on that. So you, my friend, are a champion. You get a ring. You get a ring for that.
You get a ring, and you get a ring, and you get a ring. That's good, Manny. That was good.
Right, that was a good one.
It's so true.
So true. So Larry Nance Jr. at number 6. So who do you got at 5?
Number 5, I have Cason Wallace.
Oof.
Him in his 227 games, 7.9 points, 2.9 boards, 2.2 assists. He's got a championship, Eric. That's why he's not last. He's got a championship. I believe he was also an all-rookie and all-defensive.
Mm-hmm.
So he does play some defense. So,
yes, sir.
He's not bad. He's not a bad player.
Yeah, you get a ring too, Danny, for the Emmitt Smith number 22. Okay, buddy?
I like that.
All right.
Eric, you get a ring because you have just turned your negativeness to positiveness. So you get a ring for that.
All right. Number 4.
I can't even read. Oh, Derek Queen. Right here. This big boy right here. Never mind. It doesn't matter the size you are. You can still perform amazingly. Look at the linemen in the NFL.
Hold on, because now I want to. He's only 250 pounds, 6'9". 6'9", 250. You know what his nickname is? Baby Joke-It.
Oh, come on. No, you don't. Yes. You don't get that. You do not get that nickname before you've even finished the first season. You don't get that nickname, Baby Jokic. Get out of here. Yeah. I hope he
Zion's
does become like that because I have his rookie cards and I want
Zion's
them to be worth a lot.
Zion's listed at 6'6", 284. So
Yeah, okay, whatever. 284.
dude, he's 3 inches shorter and he's 30 more pounds, 35 more pounds.
He's not 284 either. He's probably
Yeesh.
pushing 3.
Yikes. Go ahead.
All right. So Derek Queen, 11.7 points as a rookie, 7 boards as a rookie, and 3.7 assists as well. So is that translating to Baby Jokic?
Yes. Yeah, so close. He's almost double-doubles.
He's almost got 2 double-doubles.
Almost.
If you add the numbers up together,
Double-double.
double-double. It's still not Joker, though.
No.
You need to add up a whole bunch of other numbers to get in the third one.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, number 3, I have Anthony Simmons.
Simons.
444 games played, 14.9 points per game, 2.5 boards, 3.2 assists. No accolades,
No.
but I think he could probably be better than that.
Sure.
Somebody just needs to let him shoot, I guess. I don't know. Sure. Number 2, I have Franz Wagner at number 2, and it is really close, but 19.2 points, 4.9 boards, 3.6 assists. All of those numbers are better than Andrew Wiggins, but Andrew Wiggins is number 1 because he also has a championship. He also has an all-star. He also has a rookie of the year. So those Franz Wagner does not have. So therefore, he's just a little off.
Okay. I can't with you. All right. You got it wrong, my friend. This one you didn't do well in. But
I got it wrong. There's no way I got it wrong.
You got Larry Nance Jr. right. That's 7.5, 5.9 rebounds, 1.8 assists, no accolades. Definitely number 6. I had Derek Queen at number 5. All he's won is an all rookie. And 11.7, I would take 14.9 points per game from Anthony Simons over that. So I had Anthony Simons at number 4. Cason Wallace at number 3. How do you give that guy had an all defensive and a championship? I'll take those. And then Franz Wagner at number 2. I agree with you there. And then Andrew Wiggins.
Just had Cason Wallace higher. That's all. That's all you did. You just had one guy higher.
2 spots, though.
2 spots. Yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot in this day and age.
Yeah, but you're giving credit to a guy with a 7.9 points per game. I don't know.
All right. All defensive.
Yeah, whatever.
And a championship. All right, Ron.
He's not Baby Joker.
He is not. Yeah, that's a good call. Derek Queen. Baby Joker. All right. Last week of voting. This is it. Everybody that's live right now, get your phones out if you got the computer up. Jack Nicklaus, Randy Johnson in the Hall of Fame, the newest members of the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. But now, here is your chance and opportunity to
do it now.
The next member of the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. For boxing, scan this QR code right now and vote Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, or Marco Antonio Barrera. This is it. This is the last opportunity to help your guy get in.
Yeah.
Scan this QR code. Scan.
Who's second? Who's second?
On that one?
Yeah.
Boxing. Let's see. Shane Mosley.
All right. There we go.
All right.
I do
De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar's leading, and it's not even close. So
yeah, I know.
Not even close. So scan this QR code. It'll bring you to the website. But back out of that because you're going to do the next one. And all you got to do is scan this QR code right now and vote for one of these gentlemen for the NBA: Vince Carter, Ray Allen, Tracy McGrady, Paul Pierce, or Allen Iverson. Scan that QR code right now and cast your vote for the next member of the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame. Right now, Allen Iverson dominating that one as well. But everybody's got votes now. So
yep, everybody has votes.
Everybody's got at least one vote.
Oh wow!
So that's good.
So somebody voted for Ray Allen.
Ray Allen finally, yes. But scan that QR code and then check out the Sports Unfolded website, and you can see all of the inductees on the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame page. So we're excited.
Danny,
last week,
vote for this.
Last
Get
week,
there,
this is it. After this, no more.
This is it.
As
Make sure you vote right
as
now.
Marco Antonio Barrero would say, no mas. No mas. This is it. I don't think he would say that.
That wasn't him that said that.
I know it wasn't him. I get it. But he probably would say it. All right, Ron. It is prediction time. Hopefully you guys got to vote. Last week, 5-4 for this guy, tied with Hugo. Manny 4-5. Ron 3-6.
Oh,
8-game lead for this guy right now. I like it.
Oh boy,
I'll take that. But you guys are going to get to pick. Danny, you are currently 34-25, so 57%. Not bad, my friend. Let's see what you can do with your voting tonight or your picks tonight. All right, Ron, we are starting off in the NBA Game 7. The San Antonio Spurs at the San Antonio Spurs at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 7, winner take all. Manny is going with the Spurs.
I'm going to go OKC.
I'm going to agree with you. That 73 win percentage for the home team in Game 7s, I think matters. And I don't think the Spurs are going to be able to overcome that.
I mean, they can do it, especially after last night.
Yeah,
but
again, cooking.
I got to keep going with the team that I thought was going to. So,
anybody else out there? Spurs at Thunder, Game 7. Who you picking? Danny, Hugo, Monster Creeper.
Like Monster Creeper.
Maybe they no. I don't know. All right, Danny Boy, Mr. Cute. I don't know. All right, we're moving on then. NHL tonight, Game 5. The Montreal Canadiens at the Carolina Hurricanes, Ron. Series ends tonight. I'm going Canes to finish this series off and win it in 5.
Yeah, I'm going the same. There's no way Carolina loses this game.
Especially at home.
Yeah.
Especially at home. Manny, if you got to pick Canadiens at Canes, he's going Hurricanes. And tornadoes.
Put a tornado in there.
And tornadoes. A little bit of both. All right, Major League Baseball, Ron. You got the Philadelphia Phillies at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Phillies 3 games over 500 since Donnie Baseball took over. So,
wait, they're still only playing at that rate?
They're 3
or
games
are
over
they
500.
now 3 games over for the season?
They're for the season.
Okay. I'm still going to LA.
Manny went with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I also went with the Dodgers, especially at home.
Yeah.
All right. Believe it or not, Ron, June 2nd. We're already in June, man. Where does the year go? It's like the year's half over.
I know.
June 2nd, you got the Cleveland Guardians traveling to the New York Yankees. I like the Yankees pitching staff now. I don't like their bullpen, but I like their starting pitching. Cleveland's in first, but I'm going Yankees.
I am as well too, Eric. I just think they're just a superior team compared to Cleveland.
Is that an ogre? What he did? He did some. Man, he went with the Yankees as well. Is that an ogre? Looks like an ogre. Yeah, that's Shrek.
Yeah.
That's Shrek. All right, WNBA action, Ron. Tomorrow night, you got the Indiana Fever at the Portland Fire. Why would they name it a Portland Fire? Like, you got to think Forest Fire. Like, that probably not.
I don't know, but the Chicago soccer team is Chicago Fire.
Yeah, but that's because of the TV show, though.
No, it's because of the Chicago Fire.
See? Oh.
They named it after the big fire that burnt the city to the ground.
I don't get it. Whatever. Man, he's going Caitlin Clark.
How good is what's the Portland Fire's record?
They have a winning record. That's why I put them in. It was them and yeah. You want that? I could give you it.
No, I'm gonna go Indiana.
All right. I want Fever as well. Give me Fever. All right. On the 31st, you got the Las Vegas Aces at the Golden State Valkyries. Valkyries are in second place. Very good, but I think the Aces, they've only lost one game on the road. They're 4-1. I think they get back to the winning ways. They just lost last night. So I'm going Aces here.
Yeah, I'm going Aces as well. If they just lost, they're now losing another one.
Las Vegas. Got it. Because that's the money sign, Manny. I don't know if you got to hear Becky Hammond's press conference afterwards, Ron. Check it out. She even told him afterwards, I'll pay my fine. I don't even care. She just said 3 of her players, including Aja Wilson, like only had like 3 calls for them. And so she was really pissed off. So she's going to have that team fired up. All right, Ron. Manny last week won the NASCAR. He had the 3rd place finish. So Manny, nice job. But we are talking about the Cracker Barrel 400 in Nashville, my friend.
Wow.
We need a top 5 driver.
So who won last week?
Manny won it. I don't remember who won the whole race. I don't know.
Did he say Denny Hamlin or something like that?
No. He got the 3rd. Whoever finished 3rd.
I am gonna go with Tyler Reddick, I think.
All right, Tyler Reddick. I'm going Joey Logano. Joey Logano runs this track pretty well.
Yeah.
Big J. That's what we call him in the industry. I don't think they do. But
that's what we call him?
That's what I'm calling him.
In the industry.
In the industry. Manny's going Danny Hamlin. All right, Denny Hamlin. All right. We've got some boxing, Ron, tomorrow. And the ladies, Danny's going Kyle Busch. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that was sad. Kyle Busch, Danny. Yeah. Tomorrow night, ladies boxing. Stephanie Han, he was a legend. He really was. He was a great racer, Danny. Great racer. If you get a chance, watch last week's show. We did a little thing on him at the beginning of the show. So, Stephanie Han versus Holly Holm for the WBA lightweight title, Ron. What are you taking?
I don't like the way she spells her name.
Okay. All right.
She took shortcuts, so I'm going to go Holly Holm.
Oof. All right. I'm going with the champ. I'm going with Stephanie Han. Holly Holm, 44. So she's up there.
Wait, what?
Yeah, too late. You already made your pick.
No.
So And she said if she wins this, it gives us her an opportunity to continue. She loses, the door closes. So, and she's already lost to Han before. Spurs, you going Spurs, Danny, for the pick for there? We'll give you that one, buddy. All right. Danny went with Spurs. All right. Also, tomorrow night, you got Amanda Serrano versus Cheyenne Hansen for the WBA, WBO featherweight title. I like Serrano. She is a hell of a fighter. She is one tough cookie, and she's not going to lose her belt. So
she's a cookie?
She's a cookie, yeah. So I'm going Serrano. Amanda Serrano.
I'm going Serrano as well. She's just a dominant fighter, so
Manny went with Serrano as well.
Let me look up. I want to see the tail of the tape between these other two. Stephanie Han versus
Danny, you want in on that one? Amanda Serrano versus Cheyenne Hansen, if you want to give us a pick on that.
So scorecards, key takeaways. Yeah, I'd rather go with Han, and because you spelt her name wrong, that is why. Because you didn't put an IE at the end. You just put the E, and so it looked like Stephine. So yeah. If I would have known it was Stephanie,
NIE.
Well, maybe I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah, you wrote it
I
wrong.
misled myself.
Okay, so you're going.
So I'm going to go with Han.
All right. Amanda sounds like a beautiful name. It is.
It is.
Danny's going with Amanda. All right. It's good. Good pick, Danny. Great pick. All right, Ron. Tune in next week, gentlemen, to see how you did. It is final thoughts time, and our final thoughts don't necessarily have to be about anything sports related. It could be about anything happening in the world today, Ron. You, sir, are first this week. So your final thought.
Yes. And I thought in my life I would never do this. I am actually doing something in memory of Claude Lemieux. And from what I understand, it is a possible suicide.
Apparent suicide. Yes, that is what they're saying.
And that, look, I mean, he was a menace when he played, and I remember him playing against the Bruins, and there was a game in the postseason where Cam Neely just had enough of him. And he just went after him and mauled him. Not a guy that you want to play against. Kind of like a Brad Marchand, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we all know that these guys that played in the NHL that were the thugs and the menaces, they all turned out to actually be very nice people and do a lot for charity. Now, I don't know anything about him because social media now is not like it was, back then. There was nothing. But, I mean, he took his life. And it's sad when stuff like that happens under any circumstance. And he just needs to be recognized, that he's human. And I kind of wish that he got help for whatever he was feeling. And I'm sure that this happens in every sport. All the athletes, in celebrities in general, they're just like everybody else. They go through it. And for whatever he's been through, it shouldn't come to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish somebody would have helped him, or if he just sought help. You know, so rest in peace, Claude Lemieux. You know, I mean, I don't know what he's done post career,
He
but it can't be horrible. It
I will
can't.
say this. He was at the Montreal Canadiens like 3 nights ago. He was I guess they light something to
Yeah,
spark the he
yeah.
was the honorary captain. My final thought's actually the same thing, Ron. Right, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. I know the month's almost over, but I just wanted, and I don't know if you can put this up there. If you text in the chat, if you could put text the word home, HOME, to 741-741. If you are struggling,
Say the number again.
741-741. And you text home, HOME, to that number. If you are struggling with mental health and you need to talk to someone, you text that number. You will be sent to a trained crisis counselor to try to help you. So again, you said it so eloquently, Ron. These guys are still human beings, and
Yeah.
The fact that a guy who's 60 years old probably had many years left, 4 kids, a wife,
Yeah.
was at the highest levels, right? Highest levels, won 4 cups. 4 cups, Ron. This guy's seen greatness, and he took his life. So nobody's above it. Nobody's bigger than it.
Yeah, and he's an arch rival, and I never liked him when he
the player.
played.
Yeah.
But it's
a human
game.
thing.
That's a game.
Yeah, it's a human factor.
And I'm sure people feel that way about many other players, like Tom Wilson, Brad Marchand, Ulf Samuelson in the past, whatever it may be. But after they're done with the game and they go home, they are people, and we got to treat everybody decently. And I don't know what he went through, but we have a bunch of coaches that do the Going On Daily morning show, and I'm telling you, reach out to one of those coaches, whether it's Luana, Kyle, Sharon, whoever. Reach out. Talk to somebody. Hell, just join in on the conversations of this show and all the other shows and be heard. Be heard. Because we care about all the people that listen and watch all these shows. We care about it. And if you feel in a certain way, make sure you reach out to someone. Anybody.
100%.
Ask them for 7 minutes of your time.
Yeah, it's been a rough sports week. We again, and I think Danny said it. Kyle Busch, that came out right, had pneumonia.
Yeah,
was battling it for weeks, and you think about the competitor and money and him pushing himself, and ultimately
he got sepsis from it.
Yeah, ultimately killed him. So again, these guys they do a job, and they put their whole heart into it, and sometimes these are the end results. But well said, Ron. Well said. So again, if you text home to 741-741, you can get a trained crisis counselor if you are looking for help and maybe don't know where to turn. That is our show tonight. I want to thank Danny, Manny, Hugo for joining us live. I'm glad we could make up there, Danny. Peace always to you, my friend. And we look forward to seeing you next week. If you are joining us afterwards, like, share, follow our show, check out our websites, check out all our social media pages. We'd love to have you join those as well. Ron, we get to do this all over again next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to it. And all we ever ask for every single show is that we finally get some peace on earth. Let's make this happen, people.
All right. Have a great night, everybody.